Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chemical Reactions. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Juliet.
Once again, we start with our regular shout out to our Chem Squad and our Circle of Death, the two separate factions of our subscriber base. If you want to join either of these factions, and if you haven't subscribed yet, all you do is click the subscribe button, you pick your side, and you're in. It's not like it's sides that are at war or anything, right?
No,
I think they get along super well.
Amicable.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
an amicable divide.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny because someone made a comment, had two recommendations. One of them was for the Chem Squad this, and the other and then for the Circle of Death this, which was I don't remember what the songs were, but kind of the gentler recommendation for the Chem Squad and heavier recommendation for Circle of Death. So I thought it was pretty funny, like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing.
I screenshotted someone's comment, and I forgot what they were calling themselves, where they created a new faction.
I know,
just for themselves.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
They just wanted some recognition.
Like the Chemical Death Squad or something like that. Yes, yeah. I saw a few of those. We'll keep it at 2 for now, just from a management standpoint. But
there's only 10,000 of us.
Yeah, keep being creative. Speaking of 10,000, all right. So we just passed that big milestone. Like, what was it? Wednesday, right? I think Wednesday. So really, just a huge thank you to each and every one of you who decided to subscribe, join our little community over here. And even if you're just watching, casually and haven't yet committed, we appreciate you very much as well. So, but as soon as you're ready to make the jump, you know what to do.
I think it's so crazy that we started this channel just over a month or so ago.
I know.
And now this community has already grown so big. It's pretty awesome.
Very awesome. Very awesome.
Shout out to you guys for all that.
Yeah, so we'd like to do something special for the big 10,000 anniversary.
Anniversary.
Sorta.
That's not the right word at all.
Whatever it is, milestone, like celebration. So, put some comments down below. What would you like us to see do for this big milestone, right? I think, there could be, we could do like some quiz type of stuff, like
a Q&A.
We could do a Q&A, but I was thinking more of guess.
Like metal quiz.
Yeah, or like guess this song and based on the first 1 second. I've seen a few of those. They seem fun. Or guess a song based on a riff. Guess we could do something with metal and rap, right? That could be fun. We could do our top 10 whatever.
Yeah.
Right? We could react to something different, right? I think there's a bunch of things we could do. I'll probably post something in our community as well to ask for some feedback. But if you have some thoughts, write it down below. And next week, I think I teased that on Monday. Next week's going to be a pretty special week because next week is a holiday in the U.S. where we live, 4th of July, obviously a very big holiday. It's also a holiday in Canada where we're from. July 1st is Canada Day. So I think we're planning to have 5 videos for next week. So 2 more than our usual 3. We're going to have a special one on July 1st for Canada Day. We're going to have a special one on July 4th for Independence Day, which means that since July 1st is a Monday, we're going to have our Metal Maiden Monday on Tuesday.
Metal Maiden Tuesday.
Well, we'll still call it Metal Maiden Monday, but on Tuesday. It's like, breakfast for dinner,
Belated Metal Maiden Monday.
Exactly. All right, so for today, long-winded announcements, but for today, we really opened up to you to get us some thoughts on what you wanted us to react to.
For our Fun Friday video.
For a Fun Friday. So you had a bunch of ideas, and then I put together a poll based on what were 3 finalists. Honestly, I kind of expected Winter Sun to win, because that was the one with the most likes, but latest count, Dream Theater is actually pretty far ahead.
Interesting.
Yeah, what doesn't mean we're not going to do Winter Sun and Opeth, which were the other 2 in the poll. We will definitely get to them. It's just a question of which one are we doing today, and today is going to be Dream Theater. Yeah, so my quick history with Dream Theater. So I had a college classmate of mine who introduced me to Rush, right? Big Canadian progressive band, and also introduced me kind of in the same vein to Dream Theater. So I bought their first album, Images and Words. and on, like, it was a really good album, right? On it, probably my favorite one was Metropolis Part 1, which is a great anthem, like 10 minutes long, like what progressive should be, right? Like one transition after the other nonstop, and really just a perfect display of musicianship. So Metropolis Part 1 was a great one. You guys had a ton of great suggestions for what we could do by Dream Theater. Unfortunately, I was just looking at copyrights, what we can actually put on YouTube. So most of their songs are actually, you're not allowed, or they're blocked in 95% of Earth, which is not great. So so the one that was kind of left that we could actually do is Pull Me Under, which is also off of that Images and Words album. So it's a great song. It's probably their biggest hit, maybe. I don't know. Tell me if you disagree, but probably the most mainstream one. And I think it's a great song to start with, to get introduced to Dream Theater. So I'm going to do that. As always, we'll put a link in the description below if you want to watch it for yourself. There is an official video, but it looks like it's about 3 minutes shorter than the actual track. So I figured let's do the full track. So we'll put the link to the full track. And if you want to watch the official video, it's like 3 minutes shorter. You can find that for yourself. All right?
Okie dokie.
Let's do this. Dream Theater, Pull Me Under. So is it just me, or I'm getting a bit of a Welcome Home Sanitarium by Metallica vibe with this intro riff? A bit of the way the guitar sounds with the effect in there.
I have no clue.
Deuterium. Well, that's a very abrupt end.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought it cut out. Like, I thought the sound cut out. I
Yeah.
thought we were having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I gotta say, right, because I think, so Metropolis, part one, I go back to fairly often, right? Like, probably every, like, year or so, like, I'll go back to Metropolis and listen to it. Pulled Me Under, I hadn't listened to it in a fairly long time.
How old is this song?
It's 1992, so it's a fairly, it was their very first album. Right, so and I gotta say, I remembered "Pull Me Under" as more mainstream than what I heard now. Right, I think at first listen, especially if you compare it to Metropolis, the chorus, right, the "Pull Me Under" sound a bit more mainstream.
It sounds very 80s.
They have a keyboard, right, which quite often that keyboard sound's gonna sound very 80s.
Also the vocals too.
Yeah,
He has a higher pitched voice, and that's something I would typically associate with 80s bands.
I think it's something you see maybe a bit more in progressive. Like Rush, obviously, Geddy Lee has a very high-pitched voice. Like the thing with Dream Theater, so it's a bunch of musicians who met at the Berklee College of Music in Boston. So they're all very, very much educated in music, very much trained. So like John Petrucci on guitars, Mike Portnoy, very well known, an excellent drummer as well. But yeah, so coming back on the comment on mainstream, right? So I think that "Pull Me Under" chorus sounds a bit more mainstream. They have a couple of riffs here and there where they come to the kind of more classic palm muted riffs. Otherwise, the rest of the song you can really get their technicality in full display. It sounds pretty progressive.
It was a good song. I enjoyed it. I think. I don't know how to put this. It didn't seem to me as if it had the depth and complexity required to be like a longer song. Like I felt like there were certain parts of the song that didn't need to be there and could have been like cut out. And I think maybe that's probably what you're thinking with like the more mainstream chorus piece of it, where that just didn't feel like necessary to the power and to the movement of the song.
Yeah.
And you know, when you have a bunch of like very talented musicians together, it's easy to make like a perfect song, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be powerful or have the emotion that people are typically looking for in music.
Yeah.
It's like you can have like a dream team in sports, but if the players don't know each other and aren't able to work together, then it's not going to produce the results that you're looking for.
Yeah. So yes, definitely, right? I think to your point, they really try to showcase their technicality, right? I think maybe with Dream Theater, so if you compare that, right, the past 2 weeks we did Pink Floyd Comfortably Numb, the past 2 Fridays, Pink Floyd Comfortably Numb and Tool Lateralis, right? These are vibe / goosebump inducing songs. This, not as, at least to me, not as much of a goosebump.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
It's just not like something that you listen to and you're like, oh my god, what is happening to me right now?
Yeah, so it's too bad we couldn't do Metropolis, or I'm sure some of your recommendations as well, right? Because Metropolis to me is a bit more of a sit back and wow type of song,
right?
Whereas this one, I think they have it on like one of the Guitar Heroes, so it's a bit more accessible, right? It's
It's not bad to showcase your technicality as a musician either. I think that makes, like, this would make this, like, a good song to study if you were trying to go into music and learn about music. But that's not, like, the point of music is not the technicality. Like, of course, it's a skill that can be learned, but a lot of it comes from the passion that's put into it. Yeah. I think that's what stood out to me with a lot of the other songs that we've reacted to, and what's made me enjoy it specifically was just the passion that I could feel was behind the lyrics and the music. And to me, it didn't seem like there was this deep of a connection between the musicians and the message that they were pushing.
Yeah, I think the thing with Dream Theater, certainly, and again, right, my knowledge of Dream Theater kind of stops at images and words, and from the ones I remember, right, it's the vocals probably take a bit of a backseat in many of these songs, right? It's all about the great musicians. The vocals kind of come in a bit more erratically at certain points. But Metropolis, I think you have like a 5-minute segment of no vocals, right? And it works for that song, but really, I think if you're going to enjoy Dream Theater, you have to be someone who enjoys that technical aspect. Yeah. All right. I think there's going to be some great discussion in the comments on this, right? Because we had some great discussion on Slayer around the vocals. I think there's going to be some great discussion around like what do you guys actually think about Dream Theater, kind of the technicality versus feel / vibe aspect to the music. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. All right, so should we go into the
lyrics?
The lyrics. This world is spinning around me. This world is spinning without me. And every day sends future to past. Every breath leaves me one less to my last. Okay,
that's like classic existentialism.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just nearing death.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
time passes. What am I doing with my life?
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
It's a normal human nature type of.
Yeah, we all have existential crises.
So Pull Me Under. See, the image I was getting from Pull Me Under was always kind of getting pulled under the sea.
Yeah, like drowning. That's what I think.
Right?
Yeah.
All I can do is set it right. So it's almost like something happened in his past, right? He's feeling deeply ashamed of, and then he's trying to get it to set it right, right?
Lyrics of the song are weird.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably something behind it that we're just not seeing.
If you have a better interpretation or another or different interpretation of these lyrics, please write down the comments below. It's always helpful to hear, people different interpretations of the same lyrics. All right, Metal Tomatoes. I feel like this one may be a bit low. What'd you think?
84.
So I think I have to give credit to the musicianship, right? I think I'm probably right around there as well, 84. This is not my, and again, my Dream Theater knowledge is fairly narrow, but yeah, if I compare this to Metropolis, which I see as one of, across all genres, one of the best songs, right? I think 84 probably makes sense. All right, I think we're gonna leave it here. We have a lot to discuss in the comments. It's gonna be great to get your thoughts. And again, we look forward to next week. I think it's going to be something special. Hopefully you'll stick with us because we're going to do couple of things a bit different. So the typical stuff we do. So hopefully you'll enjoy. You'll get into it with a bit of an open mind. If it's something you don't know, we should have fun with it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. We will see you next time.
Peace.